So, I just finished recording the first round for the Japan Speedrun tournament, and I did fairly well. And I did a full recording as I played around with my commentary going into it. The big issue is I was helping a friend with OBS, and I usually don't use noise gate, but because I wanted to do like screen share and show her around, I had a noise gate filter in, so my recording and commentary sounds kind of like this. And so it's gonna be a bit of a, and then it cuts out. It's gonna be interesting to see if the people that know GeoGuessr better than me. Yeah, and then and you see there's like sounds and sound bits cut out and then comes back. So the commentary basically is fucked. So I figured I mean I could upload this, but it would be no fun. Basically in the beginning I'll just talk about the tournament, introduce it a little bit, just talk about what my expectations are going into this, as I've been speedrunning GeoGuessr for about a year now, whereas a lot of people in this tournament are new to speedrunning, or like fairly new to speedrunning, but have probably more GeoGuessr experience than me, or are generally better at GeoGuessing than me, maybe. So I avoided looking at the times too closely. I saw times around 20 minutes, so I was going into this and I was like, yeah, it's either fairly easy or people are just really good at Japanese maps, which I'm generally not, but I've been practicing a lot. So instead of re-commentating, I'll attempt a play-by-play. So since this is not too long and I really want a video provided for this because I think it was a really good run, I'll be playing back the recording I have, but I'll be muting the audio here because it's just gonna be sound bites of me doing like 2 words and then a lot of silence. So as you can see, I have a timer on top here. So this is my live mouse button. First set, we start in a very tropical looking intersection. I saw the ferry port right away and I'm like, oh yeah, there's a harbor-ish area here to the ferry. Okay, we're close to the ocean. Looking at this sign, oh, we're in Miyazaki. I know where Miyazaki is. It's bigger prefecture in the south. Makes sense with the palm trees. I assume we're pretty close to the city since it's central and the highway is there. So I see this thing on the other side of this water. So I'm looking around which port this could be. Really only has one bigger industrial thing to the east, so I'm fairly sure that I'm pretty close to this thing. Just trying to see if there's more information here. I see, okay, that's the terminal. So my assumption is we're like pretty much here in this area. So I'm looking at this sign here. It doesn't give me more information. Central Miyazaki. See another sign up there. I just want to make sure. Because this is a 5K tournament. Speedrunning, you require to know your location. So I see the toll road there, usually darker purple than the non-toll roads. So I assume I'm either here or here, these 2 intersections that I'm marking here. Looking here, okay, I can see a gas station. I just don't notice it immediately. So I'm realizing I'm like somewhat out, slightly to the north of the intersection, but since we can be precise, it's good. So I'm looking at the Japanese writing. I'm just making sure. You can see here ferry is in English words. It has like I don't know, it's not kanji, it's like the other one, but it doesn't matter. I just put myself into the middle of the intersection. I'm good. Next one, a lot colder. It could be in the winter, but it just gives you a colder field here. I see a fire station, see if I can see anything. Notice the flag. It's the flag of what I thought is Hokkaido. I actually looked it up between my run and now. It's very similar to the flag of Hokkaido, but Hokkaido basically has the same blue. It has a white flower and a red dot in the middle. This one I think had a white star, but I'm not 100% sure. But basically it just makes me think like, oh, we're on Hokkaido, and then I'm warping around like crazy here. I just want to go to the north here because I noticed the sign. It's also a bigger road that we're on. Looking up there, okay, it says Route 39, Route 40. So we're pretty close to where those routes might intersect. We're on neither of those 2. That's also one thing I noticed. So I'm going back to start, see what's to my south. Usually I go north and then south. I see, okay, the 39 intersection in the south. Also, the 39 leads to the 12 in the west. There it says Asahikawa, which is on Hokkaido, I know that. It's like the second or third largest city there. And you can see the 40 and the 39 kind of go parallel until the 40 meets the 39 in the south. So I assume that pretty much that's close to where we are. I am somewhere in between them. That's my assumption, because the 40 is to the west and the 39 was to the east when I went north. And I was looking down and saw the 39 then turns into the 12, so I assume I'm somewhere in here. I also noticed the bridge I went over, probably crossing that river. Just looking for landmarks. I'm looking for the intersection I was at. I don't think I went all the way up to the 90, so it must have been one of those wide roads. Since I was on a fairly large road, I just assumed I was on this road, and then I'm looking around to see if I can find the 6-9 intersection. This is the 913. You can see 6-9. This is it's not super uncommon, but it's kind of uncommon to have like numbers like this for the different city blocks in. So the next block is 610, so this is the 6-9 610 intersection, which is this one. I'm a bit upset here because the labeling kind of zooms out a bit, so I'm making sure that's the right intersection. Yeah, so I took my time here, but it's still fairly fast, I think. Next one, going with my strategy, going straight north again. A bit of a rough start here. I could have looked around first. I think I should do that in the next rounds. Take my time to look around, just making sure I'm not missing a bigger intersection. But I noticed the blue sign in the background here now. So I want to go to the sign. Go to the sign, I see the 29 inner ring and then the 30 being like further up. So 39, 40 hexagons are like intercity roads or like smaller roads. I probably won't find them on a map. So I'm following this into what I think looks more urban. So I'm going like a little bit more urban, hoping for like a city road. And there it is, Nagoya Expressway 29 and the Highway 1. So I'm going into Nagoya, which is a fairly large city. I think it's one of the top 5 largest cities in Japan. It's hard to miss. It's yeah. There's the one then turns into this Nagoya Expressway number 3. You can't see those numbers, so I didn't even bother comparing if that's really the right one. I see the 30, and so I noticed the 30 is to my west and the 1 is to my east. So I'm in between those two. They kind of go parallel. So I'm looking for the 29. I found the 29 here. It's an east-west road. We are on the 29. You can tell because the number is on the road and not beside of it on the sign. So I don't think I'm over here. I don't think I am on. I was on the 30. I was on a fairly small road leading up to the 29. And I know the 30 is to my west. I'm just marking this because I'm in this somewhere in here, and it's not easy to find. So I'm trying to find anything I've seen before, looking at the road that I'm on, looking further south, and I see further south there's another intersection. School of Pharmacy. This one doesn't really help much. It leads to the Yamate Green Road, which I spotted in the south. I saw the university, which should be over to the west. So I'm like, kind of narrowing it down a little bit more. Can't fully tell where I am. So I'm like, okay, I'm on this road that led to the 29, and I'm like, pretty sure this might be the one. Leads down and then bends off. You can see that on the bottom there. That's the intersection that I'm not noticing. Yeah, right here. So this is this intersection right here. So I'm going up north from that and look for the Shio number 1. So this is Shio number 2, this is Shio number 1. Looking at the Japanese signs, you can see, you can compare them. Pretty sure I should have pressed here. Yeah, I'm pressing here. So yeah, I'm wasting a few seconds just to make sure I'm 100% accurate. So we have the Intercity 1, Intercity 2A3, Keiju Road. I see Tokyo and the 14. So the 14 leads through Tokyo, I know that. And the 1 obviously goes along pretty much the whole west coast to the south. more or less. I mean, it bends through Kobe, but it's hard to miss the 1. But I see the 14 here, and there's Ishikawa, which is also part of the intersection name. If it's like this name minus another smaller name, it's usually like this is probably a part of town, the first name. Not 100% sure on that, but it's has been helping. So here I'm a bit confused. I know the 14 leads through here, looking to the 283, but the 283 doesn't intersect with the 14 down here. But it's also, none of these intersections look accurate, because this is not the intersection I'm looking at. It's similar, but it's not quite the one. And this one down there is just 2 highways. So I'm trying to find where the 283 follows up and crosses the 14. So I'm looking at a different sign here, and then I realized, yeah, there's also the 1, the intercity 1. And there's the 14 going through here. I saw the 283, I've just followed up, and it's like, yeah, bang. Don't even think about it. And we're already on the last seat, so this was pretty quickly. So I'm in a city I don't immediately recognize, but I know it's should be a bigger city, north-south, river leading through. Yeah, there's not a lot of thoughts going through here, because I look here and see Nagasaki Station. It didn't really look like Nagasaki to me from my first feel. I was thinking way more north, but then immediately, if you see Nagasaki Station, you know you are in Nagasaki, and there's the 202 leading through. I didn't know where the 202 was initially, I just realized it's going through here. And here I am, okay, this is the bridge, 202 leads over this bridge. I am on the 202 as indicated by this sign, and it's intersecting D112, which it does right here. But this intersection I'm looking at is definitely not the intersection I'm standing in front, so I'm a bit confused here. I'm gonna go down south on the on the 112, just to make sure that's not this bend, but it just can't be. It's like there's clearly more road here. I don't know why I checked so thoroughly. It just immediately should have popped out. So I'm looking at the other bridge, and then that's a good bridge. That's like the 112, but the 202 doesn't intersect it. I am on the 202, so I'm really confused here. Looking around this a little bit more, and then I zoom in right here, and I realize, oh no, the 202 also goes over here, and this looks way more like my intersection that I've been just looking at. I'm on the western side of the road, right here. This should be mine. There's a gas station here. I'm looking around, confirming there's the gas station. Click, click, you know it. Thinking about confirming it, but then I'm like, oh yeah, okay, must be it. And that's how I got my 1035. And yeah, so just to make sure, that's the 25k. Gonna stop the video here. Sadly, I don't have my play-by-play commentary, which was probably not as exciting anyways, but for the next rounds I'm gonna try again to keep my round by round commentary going, just because I think it's more insightful to my actual thought process, because right now I can tell you what I was thinking, but obviously I already know the location, so it's a bit easier to justify my decisions. But yeah, that's my video, and I'll be uploading pretty much every week the video for the week before that. It's gonna be 6 rounds, so it's gonna be 6 videos. This is the round number 1, which has been passed, so by the time you're watching this, round number 2 should have started.